My neighbor at like 9:30 at night, picture this, it was, he came walking in my backyard. He was wearing one of those like headlights, like actually the light wrapped around his head.
Was he going jogging or was he working on something?
He was working on something.
Oh, okay.
And he walks over, and I just see this light like bopping around, and I got really freaked out. It was just me and Olive like is almost asleep in my arms, and I look out, and I'm like, "What the?"
Well, the weird thing about...
So I yell out the door wall. I'm like, "Identify yourself!" And he's like, "It's me. It's Chris." I'm like, "Oh."
Looking like a coal miner walking over to the Rieger household.
Exactly. He's like, "What's up?" He's like, "Yeah, about that topic, that Michigan State." He's like, "Bogey was kind of right, but his argument sucked."
I disagree with that.
And, we went on for like 25 minutes. So, obviously, yesterday hit a nerve. Today, we'll try to do the same.
Yes, we struck a chord with Detroit. Look, I think it's an interesting discussion, and I do think Michigan still has some work to do before they actually have surpassed Michigan State as a program. We're not going to do that again today, though.
Why not?
Although
it worked so well yesterday.
It really did. We can discuss football again today, though, but we'll do it at the NFL level. Get into a little NFL ratings discussion, and also I have a take on Lions fans and where I think they're at with this team as we do get closer and closer to 2017. And apparently you believe that I am way off base. You have a lot of faith in Lions fans and what they actually believe heading into this season. But open phone lines as always, 248-539-9797. Ticket text is at 97136. Jeff, you wanted to lead with something today. And I remember shows last year. I remember listening to Sully actually on with Mike last year, talking about this very individual and bringing an opinion in regards to him being quote-unquote done, that he was over the hill, that it just wasn't going to happen for this individual anymore, and that is a one Miguel Cabrera. And again, last night, Tigers obviously only get one hit against the Pirates. Very embarrassing effort, even though they got a strong start out of Jordan Zimmerman, par for the course, right?
Can we play that hit? Do we have that hit? I believe it was a James McCann shot.
A heck of a highlight. James McCann, a guy that's really, really doing it at the plate, kind of. No, we don't have it. Oh, it's too bad.
I'll look for it right now, guys.
I do know on the morning
show. It's only one highlight.
On the morning show today with Jamie and Leach filling in for Stoney, they played it coming back from every break.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, that's encouraging.
They posted it.
Either way, not a whole lot to be positive about after that. But Miguel Cabrera, once again, 0 for 3. The batting average now just above 250. And Riggs, this is becoming one of those deals where I think we've waited about as long as you possibly can before you actually get to the point where you ask the question, is this just a down year for Miggy, or is he just flat out done?
By the way, I love the alliteration.
Yes.
Down year.
Hey, Sully's back. We got the cute questions rolling again. I mean, it's a beautiful thing.
Down year or done?
Mm-hmm.
248-539-9797. I do like that question.
I think
the way
it's
you
fantastic.
Emphasize it.
Yeah.
Line drive here into left field off the bat of James McCann. Hanging slider, and he didn't miss it. He drilled it into left for the Tigers' first hit.
And only hit. That was it. That was all yesterday brought you if you happen to watch for 3 hours that stinking Tiger game. But you mentioned it. I have a couple more stats I wanted to throw your way. We always talk about sample size in baseball, and you want to wait before you judge so you don't look like a fool. However, is 31 games a good sample size? Is that fair?
Sure, I think so.
That's
a
is
solid month, right?
113 plate appearances. So this is since July 1st, okay? Miguel Cabrera hitting 221. That's not even the most offensive part. 612 OPS. And then let me take it a step further. He has, in 113 at-bats, 126 plate appearances, he has 5 extra base hits. He's got 3 bombs, 2 doubles, no triples. That's it. And again, I'll say it again. A 612 OPS, which is good for a 294 OBP and a 319 slugging. 319. I think, I could be wrong about this, I think Mike Trout's on base. And, well, actually, I think Mike Trout's slugging is higher than Miguel Cabrera's OPS. So I understand what everybody wants to say, that it's a down year and you're allowed to have down years, and it happens. But I got to tell you, and I've always believed this, when you are in your 30s and you do this, because Miguel Cabrera, his lifetime batting average is like 313. You know, even in 2015 when the team sucked, he won the batting title. He had the highest average in all of baseball and the highest on-base percentage in all of baseball, right? Even last year was pretty good. But when you get in your mid-30s and you suffer a season like this, unless you're hurt, which you better tell us and you better sit him because there's no reason for him to be out there, I think he's done. And I know it's going to sound crazy because I said Aaron Rodgers was done and
I was just
he
going to
proved
bring
me
that
wrong. But my, oh my, come on. Seriously, when you hit your mid-30s, you go on a decline. Like, look at Albert Pujols.
Yeah.
The Cardinals did right to say, see ya, Albie. And even though he gets a lot of RBI because he's in the cleanup spot, he's nowhere near as good as he used to be.
No, but and Albert Pujols is obviously the direct comparison almost to a guy like Miguel Cabrera. And again, 248-539-9797. Is this just a down year for Miggy, or is he just done moving forward altogether?
Okay, let me just give you a quick example.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you off. But Miguel, like Albert Pujols, okay, in 2010, he hit 312 with a 1.01 OPS. Really effing good, right? Go to 2011 when he was 31 years old. He hit 299 and a 906 OPS. And you probably think, okay, not a big deal, right? No big deal at all. Since 2011, 32, he hit 285 and 859 OPS. 2013, when he was 33, he hit 258 and a 767 OPS. This year, he's 37 years old, 228, a 651 OPS, but he does have 68 RBI and 17 jacks. Point being, usually when you're players like these guys, you don't come back once you start to fade.
No, and I understand that. And you can call this a very easy opinion, a weak take, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to err on the side of caution with this one because I do believe that Miguel Cabrera's future is going to be simply as a designated hitter with the Tigers moving forward. Once Victor Martinez officially, I don't want to say kicks the bucket, but once his contract actually comes off the books and he's not a Detroit Tiger anymore, assuming that Miguel Cabrera does deal with lingering injury issues and his body just isn't what it was, I think the move to DH will certainly be able to extend him a little bit. I also think he's going to have to go through a little bit of a retooling. He's not going to be a guy that can hit, to all areas of the field, right? All parts of the ballpark, hitting those deep home runs, deep out there in right center field.
All he hits right now is opposite field, the right field. That's it.
And that has to go away. He's going to have to be more of a pull home run hitter if he wants to keep the power numbers up, if he wants to be able to produce for this team. And that's going to be something that they have to have discussions with. And he's going to have to be open to potentially changing the way that he approaches things at the plate.
In the past, we've all done it every year. I know Sully did it last year. He said Miggy was on a decline. And then Miggy went out. He was listening that day. Miggy told me. He came over to me. He's like, hey, tell that idiot coworker of yours I'm not on a decline. And he proceeded to torch the ball for 3 weeks. The year before that, he was on a decline, right? Everybody said it. And he carried the Tigers for 3-4 weeks. This is what he's done. This season, at no point has he even come close to doing what he's done in the past, which is proving us doubters wrong. So if I'm forced to choose, and we're asking you to choose, down season or done, I got to choose done. And it's sad and it sucks because he makes $30 million a season. But, dude, he looks so lost. I've never seen him chase so many out of the zone pitches. He cannot catch up with the high fastball anymore. He cannot get around on the baseball like you just mentioned. Everything he hits to power is to right field, and that's it. So, yeah, if I'm being forced to choose and we're asking you to choose, I think he's done.
248-539-9797. Ticket text is at 97136. Down year or done in regards to Miguel Cabrera. We'll get to some phone calls coming up. Bogey and Rieger, 97 on the Ticket.